Emerging technology trends, increasing use of blended instruction and learning at Walker Elementary. This presentation will address Walker Elementary's desire to move to a more blended learning program. It will include a demographic and historical picture of Walker Elementary, current trends at Walker Elementary, defining blended learning, attributes and challenges of blended learning programs, examples of technology utilized, and a conclusion. The purpose of this presentation is to help stakeholders obtain a better knowledge of blended learning and its impact on student learning and growth. This presentation will address Walker Elementary's desire to move to a more blended learning program. Walker Elementary has an average enrollment of 296 students per year. It has a fairly balanced attendance rate between males and females, with females at 48% and males at 52%. It educates a fairly diverse population. The white population is at 37%, African Americans follow up with 24%, Hispanics follow then at 27%, and other nationalities come in at 13%. Walker Elementary welcomes students who are economically disadvantaged, with a free and reduced lunch count of almost 98% and a non-disadvantaged count of 2%. Walker Elementary speaks their language, with ELL students at 25% of the population and non-ELL students at 75% of the population. Walker Elementary works to differentiate and accommodate its instruction to meet the needs of our exceptional students. Our percentage of students with disabilities is at 17%, and students without disabilities at 83%. Historically, Walker Elementary has struggled with technology access in the past. In the school year 2009-2010, 25% of our students had access to technology, while 75% struggled to obtain this access and only had access at school. In the current access school year, 2014-15, access moved to 68% and non-access moved to 32%. Our projected access for the school year 2018-2019 is at 100%. With the help of grants, community contributors, and parental support, Walker Elementary has projected that every student by the school year 2018 will have access to technology in the classroom and at home. Blended learning is a complex use of both online and in-person instructional frameworks. Utilizing research-based instructional methodologies, teachers develop lessons integrating technology that are then implemented in the classroom. Students generally receive instruction both face-to-face and virtually. Feedback to students is timely and consistent. In general, most virtual lessons offer students the ability to interact with their teachers and other students as collaborators. The goal is to have the online and in-person learning experiences parallel and complement one another. The attributes of a successful blended learning program include face-to-face and online learning activities and formats, which allow teachers to choose between traditional classroom and online formats that best suit the activities and physical space needs. Teachers can select from a variety of lesson content, both from the general curriculum and from online resources that meet the needs of their diverse learners. Students obtain feedback in a well-defined blended learning program that is timely, consistent, and meaningful. It allows for different modes of self-paced learning, which include independent, collaborative, group work, or guided instruction. The virtual classroom allows students and teachers the flexibility to learn in a variety of ways and settings. At school, students can move from the classroom to various locations. At home, students can learn in their bedrooms, kitchens, and living rooms. It is also optimum for students who travel or have constraints that prevent them from attending school on a regular basis. As students work to develop their skills utilizing technology, teachers are there to provide hands-on coaching and support. Dr. Ruben Putindira developed a model to help educators successfully integrate technology into teaching and learning. This model defines the level of integration from enhancement to transformation. Levels are defined as substitution, augmentation, modification, and redefinition. Substitution is technology that acts as a substitution for a specific task. An example would be replacing handwriting with the function of word processing. Augmentation is technology that acts as a substitution. However, students increase its functionality by adding different enhancements like what we find in Microsoft Word, where they utilize cut and paste, spell checking, and printing capabilities. Modification is technology that is used to move from pencil paper tasks to integrating email, spreadsheets, graphing elements, and collaboration. Students design different aspects of their learning virtually and use technology to improve the overall presentation from feedback provided by the teachers and collaborators. Examples might include wikis or blogs and live binders. Redefinition is where tech allows for creation of new tasks previously inconceivable. Students collaborate with other students and virtually with experts. They utilize online tools to display evidence of new knowledge acquisition. They utilize blogs to transfer their learning to a wider community of learners for feedback and discussion. In general, skepticism of digital and online learning is widespread, at least in part because many technology-enabled educational practices are still largely untested. The availability of computers, laptops, and other devices has only recently become more accessible to students in the classroom. This puts into question the utility and value of blended learning. One of the most significant concerns surrounds meeting learning needs of diverse students. Many skeptics question whether it provides adequate personal attention, guidance, and assistance. There are many arguments that contend that it lends itself to rote, formulaic tasks that do not promote the kind of higher order thinking skills that lead to deeper, more meaningful learning for students. Many educators assert concerns regarding adequate training. They contend that their teaching preparation classes do not afford them adequate instruction in educational technology integration. Districts cite money concerns and time as the reasons for the lack of professional development training. Of a less concern is the profiteering that is feared by for-profit enterprises that glean much-needed funds from districts for online educational packages. However, the concern will grow as more and more schools move to a more blended form of learning. Many critics are simply dismissing blended learning as a passing fad. Blended learning examples range from synchronous or live technology enhanced face-to-face instructional models to asynchronous or on-demand multimedia and web-based learning formats. Synchronous or live examples would include face-to-face classrooms, where the physical classroom is turned into a field trip based on lessons that are provided by the teacher through PowerPoint presentations or smartboard applications. Virtual classrooms that offer live online webinars, coaching and mentoring, collaboration and community, which would include portal side, blogs, wikis, chat, instant messaging, thread discussions, voice over internet protocol, and illumination. Asynchronous moves to the multimedia-based video streaming, podcasts, distance learning, and CD-ROM or DVDs. Web-based learning is also included with internet or intranet teaching and self-paced tutorials, simulations and games, and Web 2.0 tools. At the highest level are performance supports. This is where we talk about knowledge management, workflow automation, performance support, and mobile and wireless technologies. There are 3 basic models of blended learning. The first model is blended presentation and interaction. This would encompass short lectures or podcasts, face-to-face interaction, and presentation. The second model is a blended block, which concludes a combination of face-to-face sessions, weekly online activities and interaction, online content, and resources. The third model is fully online. This is where lectures and resources are online with coordinating learning activities, and interaction is via online collaboration, discussion groups, and live webcam feeds. Blended learning takes on the components of human and technology, blending them together to create a learning environment that supports the human side of motivation, personalization, feedback, fluency in listening, relevance, and discipline, with the technology features of mobility, structure, tracking and control, self-study, reduced costs, and global reach.